Well, hey, this is my first video to YouTube. I'm Meteor64, otherwise known as TM1337 Falcon Punch, not 1337 as Callus would like to call it. I'm only uploading because Callus wants to hear my accent. Not much really else I can say about that. It'll provide, I guess it'll provide insight to how I personally play the advanced metagame, which I suppose Callus, you'll find that useful when you're going, I don't think I agree with that line of play, but yeah, hey ho. This one is versus DBriggs, who is a player I quite have a lot of respect for because he doesn't use conventional Pokemon at all. He does. He uses one or two, but the rest of his team will consist of things I'd never even consider using half the time. So, yeah, let's get this one started. We both lead with Zapdos. His goes for a sub. Mine goes for a light screen. But he metal sounds me, which obviously kind of negates my light screen. My roar brings in a swallow. But then he switches to a Venusaur, and my Thunderbolt doesn't do a whole lot. So yeah, I went for the obvious move, but I wanted to see what he'd do about it. I switched to Gengar, because I know that any Sludge Bomb that he uses is not going to do a whole lot. But instead he goes for Leech Seed, which is kind of awkward. He then protects my Ice Punch, which is even more awkward. So I switched to Celebi, thinking, well, Leech Seed this, but nope. He brings out an Aggron, which I quite like Aggron. It's a cool Pokemon. I've used it in OU before and dealt some serious damage with it. I'm not sure if this would have KO'd or not, but I was trying to avoid the fighting move that might have came out. But he went for the obvious move, and it didn't pay off so well on me. I overpredicted. He hits me with a Thunderbolt from the Zapdos here, but I know I can take the Thunderbolt and live, and then proceed to KO the Zapdos, so I'm not too fussed about that. Thanks to the Ice Beam being Stab Ice Beam. I bring out Zapdos on the Swallow and take barely anything. So yeah, we've seen a Venusaur, we've seen a Swallow, we've seen an Aggron, of all things. I bring out Skarmory and the Venusaur, not sure whether to expect a Sludge Bomb or a Leech Seed. Leech Seed it was. I bring in Zapdos again, and he brings in a Kabutops. I'm not sure what to make of this, but he switches out. Obviously, he didn't like that matchup. I then switch out and bring in Gengar, and I sub up. And he thinks I have Focus Punch, maybe. Nope, he doesn't. He goes for a substitute as well. Maybe he was trying to check for Focus Punch, but he goes for a Rock Slide after a substitute breaks and it misses, which is unfortunate. And that's I wouldn't say that's fair at all. He should have broke my sub at this point, but I guess I'm going to have to take advantage of this. He brings in Swallow to break the sub, but it's going to take a Thunderbolt as well. There wasn't much he could do about that. He brings in Blaziken. I'm not sure what to make of it, so I sub up, and he Fire Blasts again, which means that I try and make another substitute for a Fire Blast miss, and it works. So now he has to take a Thunderbolt before breaking my sub, which he does, and he's gonna take another Thunderbolt now, but I'm gonna sacrifice my Gengar to put Blaziken near death. Now Zapdos is in, and Zapdos should be able to take anything that Blaziken could throw at it, so he switches out, and I light screen up. He brings in the Blaziken again. I think he's trying to fodder it off. So now we have Venusaur versus Skarmory. Light screen is up, but it doesn't block a Leech Seed, does it? Out comes the Kabutops again. I'm not sure what he was trying to do by bringing it in on Skarmory, but he Swords Dances up. I was expecting a Water move, so that's why I switched to Lapras to activate Water Absorb, but he Swords Dances and then hits me with Hidden Power, which I'm pretty sure I can deal with, but then a critical hit ruins me. So I bring in the Zapdos again, hoping to scare him out. It does. It brings in the Venusaur. I bring out the Lapras again, and goes for a Hidden Power, which doesn't kill me. And I hit it with Ice Beam. At this point, I'm just trying to fodder the Lapras off. Lapras doesn't do a whole lot anymore. So, Lapras is dead. And then I bring out Heracross. And he tries to protect, but I bulk up. This isn't good for him. I mean, I can totally stall out this Venusaur. And when he brings in that Kabutops, it's going to be taking Stab Mega Horns. And resistance or not, that's going to hurt. So, yeah. I mean, even with Leech Seed, I do a hell of a lot of damage, and I'm not going down easily. Sludge Bomb doesn't do a whole lot either. I'll advise anyone who plays Advanced now, this Heracross set is absolutely awesome. There isn't a lot that can stop it once its counters are gone. Well, you can say that for any Pokemon, but this even when its general counters are about, it can still deal a hell of a lot of damage. So at the moment, I'm just stalling about. I finish him off with the Mega Horn, and now it's down to the Kabutops, and I have double attack and double defense. He's got Leech Seed on me, but Rock Slide doesn't KO. I rest up, so now I can abuse Sleep Talk. He goes for a Swords Dance, but I go for a Sleep Talk, and I get a Bulk Up, which means even now he won't be able to do much damage to me. He goes for another Swords Dance. I Sleep Talk again, and it picks Rest, which isn't good at all. But I think now it's in the bag. Critical hit. I'm buggered. So here's the Zapdos, and he outspeeds me and KOs. So yeah, he's a really good player, but I'd have to say that battle was won by hacks and not by fairness. But good game to him, and not much else to say really. I hope you appreciate my accent.